guys. Okay, today I want to talk about motherhood. I want to talk about the things that people don't really tell you about motherhood before you become a mom. Okay, so you will get some things that you hear about, like the sleepless nights and all that, blah, blah, blah. But there's a few other things that they don't tell you, and there's a few things that you're gonna do that you're not gonna expect that you're gonna do. So when I became a mom, it was it was 5 years ago, and I was the least likely mom. So I wasn't like one of those people that went up to babies and was like, "Oh, they're so cute." I was just like, "Nice to meet you." And as somebody who used to do things as an actress, I've done things like pantomime where you're surrounded by kids. People sort of assumed when you're playing Dorothy or Jasmine that you should be like real kiddie friendly. Yeah. Um, as you know, I'm a bit of a swearer, so that doesn't always work. Although I'm very good around children most of the time. Well, now I am. I wasn't before. So becoming a mom, there's a few things that you're going to realise. Obviously, there's the sleepless nights and that sort of lark. But actually, do you know what? That's not too bad. You get through that. And if you're like me and you're super strict on bedtime, then you'll get through it quick enough, hopefully. People will dole out advice in the form of, oh, it's gonna get worse. You wait till they start teething, you wait till they start potty training, and people will constantly tell you how rubbish the next stage of your parenting is going to be. I'm here to say, don't listen to those people. It gets easier, okay? From baby to like when they're talking, it gets easier. As they can communicate with you, it definitely gets easier. Obviously, there's other challenges that come up once they get to that age, but it's much nicer when they can talk, in my opinion, and they can chat to you. However, with the talking comes incessant chatter and questions and why and why. And they're smart. They will ask you stuff like before bedtime. My children will try and ask me a really deep question, and because I feel like initially I'm like, I should answer this question, this is real deep, but then I sharply realised that yeah, they just do that to keep me in the room. So they will come up with all sorts. I had last night, what is the world? What does love mean? Where does hair come from? Um, Brooke's really into the body and how it functions, so I've had to kind of gen up because children assume that you know everything. They think that you know everything. When we were in Spain, they assumed I can speak Spanish. I can't speak Spanish. I speak tiny bits of one words, and they're coming up to me and they're like, "Mom, how do you say this?" I'm like, "I don't know," but they assume you know everything. So you need to actually it's quite handy because it does make you get a little bit smarter, because you start to go, I don't know what the pancreas does. Yeah, still don't know what that does. It's quite bad. But yeah, they make you get smart because they will come up with every excuse, and they're trying. And we love our children. That goes without saying. I'm going to put to one side that I love my kids. I think they're amazing. And I can tell you a million things about why they're amazing. Just for this video, I'm going to tell you why children can be highly annoying. You will never, ever, ever be able to go to the toilet again without somebody trying to get in. And actually, you will find that once they get older and you put those boundaries in place, and you're like, I go to the toilet on my own, okay? Nobody comes in, nobody opens the door. It's my time. So like my kids are 3 and 5, so we've got that rule now. So then what you will do as a parent is you will hide in there. So when you're sick of them and they're doing your head in, you'll pretend to go to the toilet. So you'll find that you are sat in a toilet hiding from your children. In the bathroom or whatever. And sometimes what you'll do is your children will ask for like sweets and that, and once they get on, like as much as you like beforehand, you're like, they're going to get prunes and they're going to get raisins and they're going to lump it. That's what I started out like. And then eventually I gave them chocolate, and it's like crack for children. They love it so much. It's terrible. It just shows you how bad sugar is. And even with all the good intentions in the world, sometimes nothing's going to suffice but a chocolate bar to keep them quiet. But what you will also find yourself doing is going, no, you can't have any chocolate before breakfast. And then you'll take that chocolate bar and then you'll sneak off to the bathroom and eat the chocolate bar. And I know that's not just me. Because yeah, we're hypocrites as parents as well. We tell our children not to do stuff and then we go and do it on the sly. So yeah, so there's that. So you'll do stuff like that. You'll become obsessed with pooing, not your own, just other people's. When they're babies, you'll know what kind of pooing you have. I mean, I once found a piece of poo in my dressing gown pocket. It's disgusting, really disgusting. I don't know how that happened. It was yeah, I don't know how that happened. It is what it is. It's disgusting, and you will not be bothered by that. I wasn't bothered by that. I'm still not really that bothered by it. Non-parents are like, what the hell? You had a piece of poo in your pocket, but that's what happened. So it's the thing that's happened. It's gone. It's being done, and it's, you know, there's once Brooke was sat at the table, and she was potty training. She had no nappy on, and she went, "Mum, what's this?" It was a massive turd. So get used to that. That's the fun bit. But you're not bothered by it very, very quickly. And then when you talk to other adults, and maybe those adults don't have children, and the adult says, "Oh God, I've got terrible stomach pain," or whatever, you'd be like, "Have you pooed? Have you had a poo?" Because we're used to saying that to our children. Yeah. What else will you do? I mean, yeah, there are going to be times when your children are going to infuriate you, and they know, they're very smart children, just like adults. They learn very quickly when they can rile you, and they will say things they incessantly. They won't answer you, you know. And even the best children, my children are actually quite well behaved, but they know how to push your buttons. And when you're not, you know, sometimes you're going to say the wrong thing. Sometimes you're going to think, "Oh, say that," or sometimes you are going to react like a child. So sometimes you will find yourself going, yeah, so what?" at your children. Like, haha. It's not just me. I know it's not just me. Sometimes your children are like, they're getting at you, and you respond like a little child back at them, and then you sort of catch yourself, and adult brain goes, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "Yeah, grow up, Holly." So yeah, so there's that, and they will tell you that they hate you and that they want a new mom. That happens sometimes, or actually, because they read a lot of you know, traditional fairy tales, "I want a new mother," and I'm like, "Oh really? Where are you gonna find her? Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel?" Yeah, so we get that one, which is interesting. They will test with language, so they will test with, I mean, I don't, like, I swear a lot, but I don't swear in front of my kids. I'm really good, and I'm actually really strict about it. But they will test it, and they'll try words that are, like, just not very nice, like idiot or hate. So my kids will go, "My doll said idiot. My doll said she hates me, so she's on the naughty step." I'm like, "We can just not say hey, let's just not say hate." But they will try all of these things, and you will find yourself doing things that you never thought that you would do when you become a parent. You will, you know, you will sleep in the middle of the day if you need to. You will pacify your children with Peppa Pig. You know, you will give them a chocolate bar when you thought you weren't going to. You will allow, you know, you will do things that you just didn't expect that you were going to do, and sometimes you have to, just to get through it. Because I'm not going to sit here and say being a mom or being a parent, being a dad as well, is serene, because it's not. It's graft, and it's lovely as well. On the flip side of it, you will be stronger, you will be more capable, you will be more empathetic than you've ever been in your entire life. You will also find that you don't hang around with people that aren't parents. You know, you find that when you become a parent, suddenly you are like a full-on adult. You've taken that next step, and it's hard to be around people that really haven't taken that next step, because yeah, it just becomes more difficult, because you really have such a different perspective on the world. Suddenly somebody out there needs you to look after everything. They need you to do everything. And it is a shock to the system, and sometimes it will drive you mad, and sometimes you will need a break, and hopefully you've got people around you that can help you out with that. If not, you know what, you're going to have to hide in the toilet and eat chocolate bars, and that's just the way that it's going to be. But on the other side, this is not like some scare thing. This is just to kind of go, do you know what, we've all had a bit of poo in our dressing gown. We've all had that. We've had a bit of poo on our jumper. We've had to cut a vest off because there was poo up our back. That's happened before, okay? We have let our children eat a chocolate bar before dinner. We have we've done things we wouldn't think we were going to do. We've let them watch television, we've let them, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We've done things that we didn't think we were going to do, and it's okay. All right? It's okay. I'm letting you off the hook. Don't worry about it. You're doing your best. You know, I'm upstairs now. Texas is watching Mr. Bean downstairs. All right, my husband's there as well. But I'm pretending to tidy up here, and I'm not. I'm doing this video just to have some time out, and it's fine. Okay? So if you're a mum, don't worry. You will just adjust to this. Okay, but just, you know, maybe put some nice things in the toilet so that it's a nice experience when you're hiding in there. I don't know, maybe that should be a thing, sort of like a little mum sanctuary rather than just a toilet. We should work on this. We should work on this idea. Maybe we could just have, like, in houses, we could have like a mum bug out. So when you've had enough, like, bug out, and we're down in there and there's like chocolate and magazines and like something to do down there, television, whatever. I think that would be fabulous. I'm all for it. Mum bug outs, let's get them going. Have a great day. Oh, also guys, I know I'm going to bang on about this, but I'm also up for, I just kicked something there, what was that? I'm up for Best Vlogger with Mumsnet, which is really awesome. I'm proper chuffed. So if you could, I'll pop the link below. Just do me a quick vote. It takes seconds. It's no name or anything. You just click and submit. Done. And if you're feeling extra generous, you could like nudge the people in your house and go, hey, could you vote for this girl? And they're like, I don't know who she is. Just do it. Just do it. That'd be great. Thanks, guys.